welcome to Gran Canaria, to the
World Strongman Cup.
Welcome indeed as the 2004 World Strongman Cup gets underway on the beautiful Spanish island of Gran Canaria. All the big names are here once again, including Ralph Baer of Austria, who narrowly missed out to Mikkel Starov of the Ukraine in the battle for last year's title. Starov, the pre-event favourite, with plenty to smile about. Now, when these guys get together, it's not all about competition. There's plenty of time to relax behind the scenes, although the temptation to pick things up is still too strong for most. In Gran Canaria, we found something very cool for the guys to do. The only problem, fitting these massive men and their muscles into the tiny carts of the track. But we squeezed them in, and pretty soon the Grand Prix was on. Gentlemen, start your engines. The fun pretty soon turned into a full-on race, and it's always tough to remove the competitive spirit from the athlete. Things were getting hot out on the track. Ralph Baer eventually taking the first victory of the weekend, but would his good fortune continue into the first strongman event of the new season? Needless to say, the beachfront venue at Anexo 2 on the Playa de Ingles was always going to prove popular with everyone. The competitors getting a warm, sunny location, ideal conditions for strength competitions, while the thousands of spectators got the chance to take advantage of the wonderful surroundings while watching some of the strongest men on the planet do what they do best. And before the fireworks of intense competition began, there was still just time for the competitors to go through their final preparations. While they warmed up, we took the opportunity to ask Hubert Kern, head of the World Strongman Federation, how he feels about the start of a new strongman season.
The
season opening is here, as it was last year, and it's always a good week. We take some time to do promotional events, and then we get the chance for the athletes to know each other and also to find out how the breaks have gone. After that, the season is going to be great. And so the stage was finally set for the curtain to go up on the 2004 World Strongman Cup, and all eyes turned to the competition area. The traditional rock music accompaniment was turned up to full volume as the athletes came out for the first event, the log lift. The log lift then, 140 kilograms of weight to be lifted off the floor and above the head as many times as the competitors can manage in a space of 90 seconds. And the first guy that came out, Antanas Abrutis of Lithuania, he proved just how difficult this event is, just qualifying with the judges exactly what he has to do. He has to bring the log up off of the tyres into that very traditional weightlifting position before he tries to clean it above his head. And first attempt there, looked like he did a little bit of damage to his lower back. Went for it again, spirited effort, but it is just too heavy, so didn't even record a score. That's how tough the log lift is in the Strongman World Cup. Next out then, a fabulous entertainer, 34-year-old Gregor Peszka of Poland. Roaring like a lion, but this guy's really a big pussycat. He's a great crowd favourite. Real funny character, loves to showboat for everybody watching. Now Peszka, just a little more ponderous about getting the weight up and onto his chest. That's the difficult position. Great lift, so Peszka puts one on the board. Now Paul taking a lot of time to refocus himself for the second lift, wants to get this right. And with the weight of this log, I think he feels that 2, maybe even 3 lifts will ask a few questions of the other competitors. We've already seen Brutus fail to record anything. Now that's the tough position, resting right on your chest and pushing down on your windpipe. Peszka forces another lift out. So the temperature gauge in the background reading 24 degrees. So the conditions absolutely perfect. The athlete's able to stay nice and warm for these events without getting too hot. And he roars again. That's it, Gregor. Now, has he got enough left? Just confirming with the judges how much time he has. And at this rate, he's probably got enough for one more lift. 90 seconds, remember the cut-off point. And very quickly into position. Those short levers of Pesca's driving the log into the air. And the judges confirm a clean lift, so that's 3 for the pole. And Gregor Pesca has set a target for the rest to beat, confirming with the judges that he has only 10 seconds left, and that's it. Pesca salutes the crowd. Away from the competition area with 3 on the scoreboard, so a good start for him. Now here's a guy that a lot of people have come to see, Glenn Ross of Great Britain, originally hails from Ireland. And this guy has been a favourite on strongman competitions across the world, and this year has decided to compete in the World Strongman Cup, and he's delighted to be here. Crowd favourite, a real family man is Ross, and I think he's going to show us his pedigree here. What a great lift to start with. Wow, straight into the second. 140 kilograms, remember. Ross has just hoisted it straight above his head 2 times in succession. He's going for 3. So he's already levelled with Gregor Pesca, the 32-year-old heaviest man at the competition, 190 kilograms. That's how much Ross weighs. This guy adapted for strongman events. 4, so he takes the lead. This for 5. Oh, he's looking good. He looks so confident and so strong. Just tells the supporters to get out the way. He wants to check with the judges how many he's done. They confirm 5. How much has he got left in the tank? Has a bit of time now to just showboat for the crowd. Oh, great stuff. 6. Ross in the lead and has thrown down the gauntlet to the other strongmen competitors here in Gran Canaria. 30 seconds left then for the man whose catchphrase is, "Who's the daddy?" Well, it's been confirmed. The judges have declared one of Ross's lifts not quite legal, so with that final lift, he pushes himself to 7. And there he goes. Who is the daddy? What a great display from Glenn Ross. And he opens his account big time here at the World Strongman Cup 2004. And he's gauntlet down to the other competitors, including this man, last year's runner-up, 28-year-old Ralph Baer. So Glenn Ross confirmed at 7. He actually made 8 lifts, which is pretty frightening. But one of those was disqualified as a lift. So Baer knows what his target is. Blasts 2 out straight away. That's a really good start from the Austrian, gets to 3. Now, will he take a break? Glenn Ross took a break after 3 lifts. These guys require so much oxygen for their bodies to work because of the size of their muscles. They prefer to work in short bursts of energy. That's exactly what Baer has done. 1 minute confirmed left. So he has 4 lifts on the board. Baer pushes another one out to take it to 5. He's looking just a little tired there. Anxiously asked the judge exactly how many he's done, how much time is still left. I don't think he's going to go past Ross at this rate, but he needs 1 more to equal the score of the Irishman. And the crowd are asked for their help. And thousands of them here at the Playa de Ingles, only too happy to cheer the Austrian strongman on. And he pushes another one above his head. Brilliant lift. I just wouldn't have believed this. Glenn is one of the strongest men in the world. And before the competition, I thought 4 repetitions would be good. Then I thought 5 repetitions winning, and Glenn went on to make 7. And I just didn't expect that, but it worked out well for me. Confirmation then that Ralph Baer and Glenn Ross share the 9.5 points each and take an early lead over Mikkel Staroff, the favourite, who had to settle for 3rd. Next then, the truck spring. This is pretty frightening. 178 kilograms they have to get off the floor. They have 2 minutes to walk as far as they can. But the problem is, and the reason that the truck spring has been chosen for this event, is it is very awkward to hold indeed. And even when you think you've got a proper grasp on it, you still haven't quite got the hold you need. So strong upper body, very strong biceps required, but good technique essential. And first up, Peter Karnol, once again to demonstrate just how hard this event is. The bodybuilder from Germany drops it and nearly drops it on his foot. That was close to a nasty accident for Karnol. But Mikkel Staroff, the favourite and last year's defending champion, shows how it's done. Holding on to the narrowest part of the truck spring, locking out those biceps and hanging on as long as you can. And he's got that interesting idea of just leaning back and resting it on his chest. 178 kilograms pushing down on your lower back, and that's not to be recommended. Staroff has prepared for years to be at this type of condition for the strongman events, as he almost waddles his way down the third leg of the track. And that surely is an undefeatable distance, 45 meters from Mikkel Staroff. Brilliant start from the defending champion. Staroff then just too good for the rest of the field, and he takes the 10 points, which puts him into the overall lead. Next up, it's the wheel flip, an event like nothing else in strongman, and Ralph Baer gives us his insight into how competitors will approach the massive wheel. Some take hold of the tyre on the outside, while others, like me, take hold of the inner side. There are some athletes that have the so they can flip the wheel over in one turn without putting it on their legs. But this tyre, that's not going to be possible. It's quite heavy. In fact, we've never had a wheel this heavy. So the wheel flip, and Revis Vidzis of Latvia to show us exactly how this wheel flip is done. It's a massive weight to try and tip over. These huge industrial tyres. And they're helping him. Mikkel Staroff straight on with the chalk so that the grip can be maintained on the wheel. And Vidzis has already tipped it over once. Now, the leader in the competition managed twice. And that's why Vidzis is celebrating. Staroff straight in with the chalk. And the smelling salts. Wow, he's going to go for a third. Vidzis is fired up. The crowd love this. The young man, the 27-year-old security man from Latvia, who loves driving in his spare time. So he the carts, tips it over with ease. That's brilliant. Perfect build for this event. And Vidzis shows that he is the king of the wheel flips. That's his first ever event win at Strongman. Vidzis is going to milk this as long as he can. Congratulated by Glenn Ross and the girls. So Revis Vidzis takes the 10 points from the wheel flip, and he's posing a serious challenge to Staroff, the leader. Next up then, one of the most familiar events at Strongman, the Atlas Stones. Now, this is all about technique combined with the strength. The competitors having to place the stones onto the 1.20 meter platform. The stones get heavier in weight, so 110, 130, 150, then 160 kilograms, and 90 seconds is the maximum time. And Irving Katana, very first 2 stones, the third is up as well. This is going to be an impressive time from the man from Serbia and Montenegro. It is. Great work from Katana. And the 27-year-old full-time professional strongman, who rather amusingly lists his hobbies as relaxing and sleeping, has gone into first place. Gregor Peshka then. We've already seen him perform well in the log lift. 34 years old, so one of the veterans here, literally throws the first Atlas stone up, and the second. Now this is where it starts to get tough. The muscles are starting to burn. And it's not easy to pick up these circular stone balls, as Peshka is finding out. And there's Katana, incredible. The leader of the event cheering on Peshka. And Peshka just got it wrong on that. A little bit of bruising to the forearm there, not surprising. It's been a good run for Peshka at this first event, but as he checks the score with the judges, he'll find his time is slower. Peter Karnol then. We've already caught up with Karnol earlier in the show. Easily the most defined competitor in terms of musculature. And the problem for Karnol, being a bodybuilder, is that he can't always guarantee he's in form for the strongman events, because he may have been on a period of slimming down. before the bodybuilding competitions. Very important that they have no body fat percentage on them, or as low as possible. And that's the problem for Carnel here in Gran Canaria. And I'm afraid the second stone too much. But he'll take the opportunity, yes he does, to show us his biceps. So Carnel out. Peška and Katana at the top at the moment, as Tarmo Mitt of Estonia begins his challenge. That's impressive. Onto the third stone, he does it with ease. This is a chance now. The 26-year-old from Estonia, can he do it? He can. Oh, brilliant. And it looks as if he may have made this event his own. Tarmo Mitt ahead of Katana and Vidzis. Brilliant result for the man from Estonia. Now onto the power stairs. Big weights and a very difficult situation. You have to shift the weight from the bottom to the top of the stairs, pop it onto the platform, and then race back down for the next weight. A lot of competitors choosing to use these raised platform shoes, or Spice Girl boots as they're known in the business. The one rule about those boots is that they cannot have been specially made. You have to have gone and bought them from any regular shop. And that would conjure up an interesting picture. Strongmen going and asking for Spice Girl boots. But at the moment, it's doing a lot of favours for Vidzis, the Latvian, up against Richard Danis of Hungary. Vidzis on the left of your screen, Danis in your picture at the moment on the right. Vidzis just forcing the last of the weights up, 250 kilograms. Can he do it? It's there. Vidzis, another impressive performance after his win in the wheel flip. Danis just checking with the judges how much time he has. 90 seconds is the time limit, and has enough time just to chalk up the hands again for this last stone. 250 kilograms. And this is very much a powerlifting event. Lower back and quads used in a deadlift for each step. Danis is going about his work here in easy fashion, but he's running out of time. Vidzis realises his time may not be quick enough to challenge in the end. Danis calls it a day. And Danis ends up in 9th place. Vidzis 5th overall at the moment. That's left the door open. Peška of Poland on the left against Antanas Abrutis of Lithuania on the right. There is Peška. And this is good technique by Abrutis, using the bars on the top of the weight to hop up onto the next step and then drive straight through. It's not about doing this slowly. It has to be done quickly in one movement. And if you keep the momentum going, you can hoist these weights up pretty fast, as Abrutis proves. Little celebration then for the man from Lithuania before he goes on to encourage Gregor Peška of Poland. As you can hear, the on-site commentator is also on the case of the Polish athlete, and he rocks it onto the top. Good performance from Peška. Shakes hands with his fellow competitor, and that was an impressive effort there. But no surprises as Mikkel Starov took the power stairs event and the 10 points, the points that he desperately needed to keep the overall lead here in Gran Canaria. And so to the brutal last event, the medley. This is where it'll be decided for the opening event of the Strongman World Cup 2004. A 30-metre farmer's walk carrying 240 kilograms, then a 100-kilogram engine block lift, and then 3 awkward barrels in increasing weight delivered to a 1.20 metre platform. And once again, it was Ralph there that showed the way in the medley competition. Straight through the farmer's walk in a run. Engine block up on the platform as if it didn't even exist, and then to the barrels. Now this is where it gets just a little tough at the end, just starting to slow down, but Bear has set such a cracking pace that nobody was going to beat him on the night. Well done to Ralph Bear, but he took it out of himself in that run, and at the moment celebrations fairly subdued from the Austrian power man. That's better. Now he's getting his breath back. Time for the traditional T-shirt rip. But he really pushed himself in that medley. Good work then from Ralph Baer to record a win right at the end of this event in Gran Canaria. So Baer takes the medley ahead of Starov to complete what has been a really competitive opening event in Gran Canaria from the 2004 World Strongman Cup. Mikkel Starov is once again consistent over all the events and begins his season with a win.
This is the best from last 2 years. A lot of people, very good spectaculars. Thank you for everybody. And beautiful equipment. Everything is good. I'm so good, satisfied.
It's good for me. I'm happy, but I injured my finger and a little problem. But I have next competition. I could start and I make a better and better. I'm very young for this sport, and I win Misha after.
I just want to let my son know that this is the start of a great competition, the World Cup, and just let the rest of the world know that there are competitions available for athletes who want to be free to compete for the sport and for the love of the sport. And it's great. Come and see this competition. Come and do the qualifiers to be in the competition, because this is a great contest, and it will only grow to get bigger and bigger. And as you can see, real strongman events. That was a real strongman tire. We had a flip, none of this stopwatch stuff, and real other strongman events. And you can see with these guys from all over the world here today to entertain you that we are the daddies of the world.
Yeah! And another trophy for Starov's mantelpiece at home. Perfect start to the season.
2004.
So Mikkel Starov, a convincing winner here in Gran Canaria, but Visits, Baer, Ross and Mitt all prove that they've got the power to push the reigning champion every step of the way this year. Some terrific strongman action to come as the season progresses. That's it from Spain. Next stop for the Daddies of the World is Carinthia, Austria in April. We look forward to your company for that one. But for now, from Gran Canaria...